Greetings, CBC, and welcome to this week's Sunday warm-up. This week's Sunday warm-up will be our last sermon in this series in the Gospel of John. So if you got some time this week, it wouldn't be bad, especially if you're one who highlights and notes things in your Bible or maybe note sheets that you have. Take a little bit of time and just go back through. I'd be curious if you had particular spots or areas in the Gospel of John that really stood out to you. This would be a good time to go back through and look at some of those notes, look at some of those highlights where there's certain pages, paragraphs that, man, you really were just highlighting, circling, putting a lot of things together, taking some notes, journaling, however that looks for you. So I would take some time and just kind of reflect back a little bit. And for this week, then, it's John 21, 15 to 25. John 21, 15 to 25. We pick right up where we left off last week with this last breakfast. You'll see in the opening verses that we read when they had finished breakfast. So after breakfast, it seems Jesus and Peter now have this little side conversation, and it's fascinating. I think it's a wonderful way for us to reflect and think about as we end this gospel and as we consider Jesus's words to Peter after he had failed Jesus. He had denied him after saying he would never do that, and what had to be going on in Peter's mind to hear these words of Jesus. So really take some time considering what those words would have meant to Peter. There's a lot here in terms of what would have been very healing for Peter. Words of forgiveness, reconciliation, redemption. There's a great reminder to him and to us about trusting the sovereignty of God, and a renewed sense of calling to go and to care for God's people. So a lot is here, and we're just going to kind of lean into those words, see what they would have meant to Peter and as a disciple of Christ, and then for us today what they mean to us. So I've enjoyed this series immensely. First time I've gone through a gospel like this, and it's been a real delight for me. I hope it has been for you as well. So let's finish strong. Let's study and look at the notes get some notes and highlights, and just really work through some things this week in preparation. Let's always be as always be in prayer for one another, and look forward to being with you on Sunday. All right, God bless you.